Dr. Salinas, we're having a Medtech event coming up in September 1st, but who is this event for?
That's a great question. So here's where I would focus. Are you in the medtech space today? If the answer is yes, you need to join this event. Are you looking at the digital transformation that's occurring within the entire industry and thinking to yourself, where should I focus first? Join the event. If you are looking to empower your sales force, your sales teams, your marketers, trying to get closer to customers, understand the impact that your devices are having on day-to-day patient care, join the event. That's really what we're going to want to make sure that we invite folks to come and join us for.
Awesome. Dan, how about you? Who do you think this event is for?
Yeah, absolutely. To echo what Dr. Salinas said, I mean, that's the demographic, but what I'm aimed at as well is if you're in the trenches, so the boardroom has read the Forbes article, on digital transformation, they've got the boardroom bingo down, but now they actually need people that are going to bring those ideas to the street where the rubber meets the road. That's my focus, is delivering the reality of how to build these systems to look at your teams and your organizationally in a critical mindset so that your implementation, your next enablement to your team actually does produce the ROI that you're intending to drive to the boardroom.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I think the next question I have, Dr. Salinas, we're going to talk about different topics in this, but I want to get your take on it, what people can expect. Can you give me a little teaser when we're talking about, I want to make sure I get this question right, is operating with end user in mind. What does that really mean?
Yeah, so it's a couple of key areas that you need to consider. The first one, everything around hybrid engagement. A tremendous amount of change occurred over the past year. There was a big reaction from the industry overall to make sure that they were connecting their sales teams, their marketers, being able to provide service, bring in a product, deliver it on time, support their customers, and make sure that they stayed connected. What does hybrid engagement mean? That would be the first thing, right? So it's all about making sure that you are not only making the most out of the time when you have that face-to-face in-person engagement, as well as whenever you are not there, how can you continue to stay connected to that customer, continue to provide service even at a distance? So that would be the first one. That would be kind of a little teaser of what we're going to make sure and we're going to cover and talk to. The second one is going to be everything around complexity and the way business is done today. How can you eliminate some of those hurdles, make sure that you're able to streamline those operations and get closer to your customer to not only understand what their needs are, but how you can help support them as well. And the added piece is, how do you look at a strategy that is taking those inputs and providing them to, say, your R&D teams that are building that next generation device, those next generation products, and even services that will complement the impact that your products are making in the field today. That's just kind of a little teaser there that might help folks better understand what the roundtable will be all about.
Awesome. Thank you, Doctor. Dan, on your topic, as a sales leader, you've gone through it, the lessons learned. Can you talk about what do you mean by streamlining the sales operations?
Absolutely.
Some what people can expect from it?
To me, streamlining sales operations is a scalable topic. Whether you have a team of 15 or 1,500, what we're talking about here is as you have the systems and you have the capabilities, how are you allocating correctly the accountability and the authority for the members in your team to actually impact and affect the customer experience? Just having the capability alone is a first step, but then actively tracking that authority and accountability for your team to take action in the moment when the customer expects that action, that's what drives value for your organization. So that's what I look to talk to in this presentation.
Awesome. Thank you very much, gentlemen. That wraps it up. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about that we didn't talk about, or anything else that you want to kind of teaser?
I think the one thing I would add here is there are many webinars, there are many roundtables, and I understand that you've got to prioritize time and where do you want to spend it. This would definitely be one of those events that I would say join live, participate, and if you're not able to, follow up here for sure, right? I'm sure there's going to be the opportunity to get a link, listen to the recording. We want to make sure that we're getting this out to as many people as possible because there's a tremendous amount of information that has been captured over the past year, experiences that we've lived. How do we share those best practices to continue to make sure that we're delivering the best value around medical devices for the industry today?
Absolutely. And I would add to that as well. I think that's well captured. My piece that I would add to that is having attended in person so many of those Dreamforce events, the big magic quadrant analysis of what's happening in the industry and everything else. My intent and why I would encourage people to attend is that this is digesting it down into the actionable steps that you can take back to your organization to maximize what you're actually doing. And I know I'm using a couple of buzzwords in there. However, we're going to go buzzword agnostic, and that's my intent, is to talk about what this actually means to the organizations as you bring this back to impact not only organizations, but the physicians and ultimately the patients who they serve.